Warning, this podcast contains a hole in the wall.
Sure does.
Really deep one. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Pretty Little Liars, Season 6, Episode 16. It was just on the screen and I forgot it. Where somebody waits for me. I'm your host, Dom. With me, my co-host, April.
Hey.
How's it going?
Wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. So welcome back. We had some technical issues last week and had Nikki fill in. So, yeah,
short
did
break, vacation.
Yeah, you did watch last week's episode though, right?
Yes,
so,
sure did.
Yeah, things are starting to heat up a little bit.
Yes, they sure did. I'm quite excited now.
Mm-hmm.
Getting back into it.
Oh yeah, mysteries galore. We got some flashbacks, a little interesting stuff to flesh everything out. So, this episode kind of continued exactly where last week's left off with Sparia finding basically Charlotte's lair in Bradley, because they showed the electrical switches and all that, and they're like, that's where Charlotte got her ideas from.
Right.
So. Yeah.
Also, how Sarah gets in and out of the hotel or the whatever it is now, without being seen by all the cameras. So
right, and I'm curious.
Technically, she could be a suspect for
Charlotte's
death, even though she's played both sides this whole time. So
for sure, and I'm curious now if that's the way Charlotte got out of the Radley as well.
Yep.
Could be. There's a big possibility that that's how she used the same entrance. If she had access to the switches and stuff, to get her inspiration from that, she had access to the whole rest of it. And they did say that area was walled off before the hotel, so nobody knew about it from the Radley.
Right.
Other than Sarah and Charlotte. So.
It's quite interesting.
It was. So Caleb had been going through the contents of the phone,
right?
That was found, and he finds out that there were medical records involving Spencer's mother.
Right, she's still sick.
Yeah, Spencer had no clue.
None at all. I think that's real shady. I mean, I kind of that irritates me. To go through medical records to better your campaign. I'm sorry.
It's kind of a low blow.
Oh, yeah, big time. But especially if she's still sick. What?
Even Caleb said maybe they'll take the high moral ground. It's a possibility. We haven't heard anything, from it. But this is a really shitty way for Spencer to find out, too.
Right, right. I mean, nobody wants to be told by a third party that your parent is still sick, or a family member, or anybody you care about in that regards. I mean, you'd rather hear straight from the person.
Right. Caleb is not really willing to help out. He doesn't want to delete or corrupt the files because it's against the law. And I'm like, Caleb, when has this stopped you before?
Well, I mean, to be fair, he'd probably get caught a lot quicker with this one. Mm-hmm. With the other ones, he was kind of protecting the girls with whatever.
Right.
It wasn't on a campaign. It's a little different, I guess. I can see where he's coming from. I wouldn't want to do it either. Plus, I mean, once you delete those files, like he said, now they know.
Right.
So, I mean, they had no idea that he was able to see what they were seeing. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of an advantage anyways for the campaign.
Right. And then we see Spencer had confronted Mona about the phone. Mm-hmm. And Mona's like, yeah, I did plant the phone. Mona's like, I kind of wanted to give you a heads up. That... she didn't like the way the campaign was playing out with the, information. So she was really sorry that, she found out this way because she didn't know. She was upset. And I was like, some faith has actually been restored to Mona. I have faith in Mona again.
I do and I don't. She's so up and down that she could change at any given time.
Yeah.
And then she brought up when he told her to stay away.
Right, Caleb, yeah.
And then she asked him who was a better kisser, her, Hannah, or Spencer.
Right.
So something happened there.
There a Mona fling somewhere?
I think there was, and
And
I was quite intrigued by this. I wanted
hmm,
to know how that happened. I thought they
right?
hated each other.
Right?
I,
Because he
do
really
you remember them ever kissing?
no.
No. Okay.
No, I
I wasn't
don't.
the only one.
No, so this had to have happened sometime in the last like 5 years.
Right. So that was something we learned.
Yeah.
That happened. I was kind
Hmm.
of mad he didn't answer the question. I was kind of. I mean, now I want to know who is.
Right? I don't know. Who do you think is?
Probably Hannah.
You think?
Yeah, she's the prettiest.
Yeah, I mean, Hannah did ask him to go out for drinks, and he went running right over there.
Oh yeah. I mean, what did you have?
Yeah.
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 It's Hannah.
I would have. Shoot.
Right? But they end up having this big, long conversation about A.
Hmm.
And she's like, you just called him A. It's not A. And he's just, well, A's a symbol. It's not a name or identity. It's just, it's like an algebra problem. And that's kind of what we already agreed on, that we were just going to continue to call this character A until further notice.
Right.
You
Until
know?
they come out and they're like, hey, I want to be called C.
Yeah, right?
And then in that case, I'll refer to them as anything other than A. But until then, it's so A-like that
Yeah.
you almost just want to mark it as A automatically.
I mean, it is and it isn't at the same time, but like Caleb said, they kind of have the same goal.
Yes.
To
To
torment.
make you miserable.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's very difficult not to make that comparison. So, but Caleb kind of revealed that him and Toby at one point wanted to open up a brewery,
Mm-hmm.
and I
That's
was
never
like,
gonna happen now.
"You don't think so?"
Nah, dude. He's banging Spencer. Toby's not gonna wanna.
Yeah,
No, Toby was not happy about that. There's an off vibe there now.
that's true.
I
That's
just said
true.
that very bluntly.
And it's just like after he's discussing the fact that he wanted to open a brewery, like he's like, "Oh, I gotta run," and he just leaves his full drink. Like, who do you know just leaves a full drink at the table before they go? Like,
Not me.
no.
I'll finish that. Thank you.
I'm sure Hannah finished it, maybe hoping.
Yeah, that's our girl. She would have.
Hmm.
No, but we did see the flashbacks of them growing apart.
Right, and that was kind of a nice
Really
big.
sad.
Yeah, it was. It was a nice big missing puzzle piece though that we finally get to see.
Right. I
'Cause
mean, she was about her career and she wanted to live the high life and he wanted to have a simple life with her.
Yeah,
Simple things like they used to and they were just clashing. So,
the Hamptons is just another part of Manhattan that takes 3 hours to get there.
so he says, the Hamptons are the Hamptons.
He's not exactly
I'm with
wrong
Hannah.
though. He's not exactly wrong.
But I'm still with Hannah.
Well, of
I have
course
the
it's
option
nice.
to go to the Hamptons. I'm going to the Hamptons.
I'm not saying it's
okay?
not nice. Didn't say
I mean,
that, but it's basically
Caleb's not that cute.
it's basically Manhattan. It really is. So, but yeah, the whole don't become a Sybil.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, interesting how she called him shortly after quitting.
Mm-hmm.
Eat for the drinks. I'm just saying.
Right?
So, I don't know. I think there's unfinished business there.
Oh, definitely is. But then you see Hannah with, Jordan and
Yeah, and then they're so cute.
things, yeah. Like let's
So
give
perfect.
these cupids a show. Like they were really into it, whatever, and Hannah's, reserved, and you even see like before where like Hannah would snap at Caleb and Caleb would snap back.
Yeah.
Hannah snaps at Jordan and Jordan's like, I don't think I'm faring too well in this conversation. He goes about it a completely
mesh
different way.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
They have the adult relationship.
Right. So, but Jordan did go. I thought that was adorable. He went down to like the lobby to go use the Wi-Fi to make calls and stuff, so he didn't wake Hannah while she was
Yeah.
sleeping. but she freaked out, and breakfast
couldn't find him.
Yeah, breakfast is outside the door. Jordan comes in with it, and there's a little card that says the honeymoon is over. Poor Jordy, and there's toast and eggs with a fork in the eye of the smiley face with the bacon mouth.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Is this foreshadowing, or is Jordan gonna lose an eye?
Hopefully not. I can't see Hannah wanting to be with him missing an eye.
You can't see Hannah? Oh, come on. What a terrible pun. You didn't even intend that.
No, I didn't. Not at all. But, yeah, no. I mean, I'm assuming that something might happen to him now because of the threat. And, I mean, I know it's a new person. It's not Charlotte, but he's always made good on threats before.
Right.
Or at least attempted to make good. So, I think he needs to watch his back.
He does, because A's new A, whatever, has definitely stepped his game up. Because, like, you even see, like, with Emily and the eggs. Yeah. And it's just like, okay, well, the eggs were lost, but it's not just Emily's eggs that were lost. It was 30 other clients when the freezer malfunctioned. They said malfunctioned, but they said the alarm and a whole bunch of stuff were cut. So
it didn't go off.
Yeah, the backups to the backups failed.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
it's kind of sad.
We do find out that Emily got the money still.
Mm-hmm. Which I was very happy about. At least she got the money. That was why she did it, but still.
So she can go back to school. There's something still stopping her, and, that may have something to do with Detective Tanner, but...
Who, okay, I just need to get this out. This lady, she was wrong about them the last time.
Right.
You think, like, she wouldn't automatically, like, jump to them. Like, you were wrong about them the first time. What? Like, you look crazy. You look like you're the prosecutors from the Stephen Avery case. Like, back up. Go home. Do not...
Right? But, on the same token, she's not wrong, though. Because, I mean, she did point out, she goes, look... When all you girls were gone, this town was nice and quiet. All of a sudden, the four of you come back together, and there's murders again? Like...
But it doesn't mean it's them.
No, it doesn't, but it's the drama around them, and, like...
Right, yeah.
So,
I see that.
She goes, it's a very interesting statistic. But, and she also kind of made Allie's life, hell, talk to... her and described the murder weapon, which was a hollow metal rectangular object.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which is not a golf club.
It is definitely not a golf club. It is in fact a luggage handle.
So we think.
So it seems, yeah.
So far.
Right, because
we never know the real truth.
Yeah, because Spencer's sister Melissa was looking for her flight. To be reimbursed through the campaign.
So Spencer went to go look at the luggage tag and found out it was broken.
Right. Clearly a metal hollow rectangle or cut with a rectangle on the end. So just the way it was described. Coincidence?
Possibly. I'm not gonna lie, and you know it too. It could possibly be a coincidence.
On this show, that nothing's out of the realm of possibilities.
Exactly.
Detective Tanner also brought up a place called the Two Crows, which
we haven't heard of before, right?
Nope, okay. This is the first time we've heard of it. So, really just kind of want to, in passing, mention that, somebody from the Two Crows called landline, and call lasted for 3 minutes. It wasn't Dr. Rollins, it wasn't Allie, which leaves only Charlotte. So,
right.
We got to find out what this Two Crows is, and maybe get some more insight.
Was calling.
Yeah.
Not for nothing, but just recently there was an article. Charlene, that's her name, right?
Marlene.
Marlene. There you go. King. I knew it was a lean in there somewhere. Yeah. She pretty much said in an interview that the twin theory is going to happen. So, I mean, I'm not saying that there's a twin talking to somebody from Two Crows, but technically it could be. She did say there's twin. I was going to tag you in the article, actually, and then I completely forgot about it. My bad.
Interesting. I mean, it could be Jason for all we know.
Yeah, it could be.
So, I don't know. So I'm interested to see where the two crows are going. But we did find out some more information in that shortly after that conversation because things were kind of weird when Tanner was like, so you were here the whole night? And Dr.
Yeah.
Rollins is like, no. So the call could have been made when you were gone. Later comes out, and funny thing was, I just had this conversation with Nikki on last week's show that in the mid-season finale, when we saw the flash forward to 5 years,
She's Mrs. Rollins.
She wrote Mrs. Rollins, so I was like,
so we knew she was going to be with him.
Yeah.
It was just when they were actually going to.
Well, see, I didn't know for sure if she was with him, or if she just took the name on as like a witness protection kind of name, or a different kind of identity.
Into the picture, I knew.
Right. So
I mean, obviously at the flashback, whatever, I didn't know. We were all kind of, what's going on here? She has a different last name. But as soon as he was introduced, I knew that they were going to end up together, obviously, from that last name. So
right. Yep. Kind of explained how they fell in love and had to keep it a secret because the patient-doctor relationships and all that. And
right.
Now that the cat's out of the bag, Allie just wants a normal relationship where she can go out in public and hold hands and go to dinner and
I mean, she's worth it.
That doesn't seem like too much to ask.
Nope.
Allison seems to be more of a normal person now than she was 5 years ago.
For sure.
So, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
For the time being.
For the time being.
And then Liam.
Yep.
Comes.
Yeah. Surprise visit from Liam to come down to see Arya.
Yeah.
And
he knows about her writing the book, but he doesn't tell her right away.
Yeah, he's like, I felt hints of you on there, and then it's like the man with the straw hat, I was there, and Arya's like, oh, fuck. And then he's like, are you going to tell Ezra about your little writing project or whatever? And we see Arya still writing when Ezra finally comes home.
Right. And he has chapters.
Yeah, he's got brand new chapters that he wrote. And this is going to cause a problem.
Yeah, because, I mean, either she's got to tell him and he's going to roll with what she did, or she's got to tell her boss and hand in what Ezra actually did.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, it's going to cause a little bit of trouble, so...
Yeah.
I kind of am intrigued.
Well, because the publisher already read the other chapters, so...
Right.
The Arya chapters.
Like them.
Right.
So, we shall see.
It's going to be a mess.
Oh, of course.
It's going to be a mess. Arya's either going to lose her job over it, or
I think she's losing her job.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too.
Losing her job, and then she's going to decide to write a book.
Maybe. Or since she's... she loses her job, and then she's... Tanner's made it very clear that she wants everybody to stay in Rosewood until this gets solved. It's going to kind of push her back toward Ezra.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
And then...
I'm not against it.
Ezra, came back, apologized for his outburst 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And...
explained
For them, it wasn't 2 weeks ago. It was like a day. No. But for us, it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And he explains why he was acting the way he was, and I get it. I would have been offended, too, if people that close to me accuse me. But like he said, he should be flattered that, she thinks that he would go to such lengths to protect her.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It seems like a lot of trouble in paradise for everybody involved, all the power couples.
Pretty much.
Something even
extra trouble.
Even with Toby and Yvonne, he didn't propose. Didn't give her the ring, so there's still there's something going on there too.
Yep. And if she comes out and hurts Spencer with the whole Spencer's mom being sick thing, Toby's not going to be so happy.
It seems like she doesn't know either.
Well, it was on her phone.
It was on her phone. It was in documents that were locked. Doesn't mean she has access to it. So that was just linked up to her server.
Touche. So I'm going to go with she knows.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. And then the final scene, we had A cleaning up the electrical wires in the
Gotta be used for something.
yeah, stuff right from the Radley. So
Yep.
I'm almost leaning more toward that this is actually Sarah right now.
I think it is.
It's the obvious, which
I mean, like I said, she can get in and out without being seen, so. And she hasn't been seen since she went through that hole the first time.
yeah, because I mean the person's wearing gloves too, and we're instantly supposed to dismiss Sarah because of all the mannequin arms.
Nope. I'm not.
No.
She's suspect number 1.
Mm-hmm. Suspect number 2 is still Arya.
No. Never Arya.
Arya just crawled down into the hole by herself.
Hey, listen. She's a brave little chica.
She knew right where to go. Oh, there's no dust on this. I'm gonna go move it. My first,
well, that's
my
how they
first,
got everywhere else.
yeah, but my first instinct of no dust on a file cabinet would not be, hey, let's move it. It would be, hey, let's look inside it.
No, because there was something right before that filing cabinet that there was no dust on.
The door handle.
Exactly. So they went through it. If you're seeing things without dust and you know that this girl has disappeared somehow, do not put my Arya under the bus.
I would have checked inside the file cabinet first, found nothing,
no.
and then probably would have tried to move it after. But I would have looked inside it first.
Well, that's because you would be too curious. I would have just moved it.
There's no way that there's going to be a cabinet that you're not going to look in. You can't. You have to. You have to.
I'm going to find some stupid gloves in there. I don't care about that. I want to find how I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, but what if in the filing cabinet is all documents on them?
Well, I guess that sucks to suck. I guess I should have looked. But
I guess so. So, I don't know. Yeah. Things are really kind of heating up. It's definitely piqued my interest. I want to see more of everything that's going on. Spencer's mother mentioned, that she really is so happy right now. And she wishes she did it 20 years ago, hell, even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why Spencer can't bring herself to tell her mother, because her mother just seems too happy.
Right.
To question her and start a whole, why didn't you tell me? And then it's draining all that happiness out of her.
Yeah, I would have trouble bringing it up to my mom.
Yeah. So. But with all these characters carrying all these secrets, all this extra baggage, next week's episode is called We've All Got Baggage.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Surprise. As romantic relationships move forward, the lawyers investigate a new suspect in the murder case. With Ezra back in Rosewood, Arya must tell him the truth about her involvement with his book.
That's going to be interesting.
It is. Spencer and Caleb deal with the media leak that affects the campaign. Hannah takes a look at her life after the incident at work. And Emily gets harassed by the stalker while she continues the search for Sarah. And finally, two lovers finally tie the knot with the help of a special officiant. Officiant?
Who's tying the knot? Please tell me it's Arya's parents, because if anybody else is tying the knot, I'm going to be a little bit upset over here.
Yeah. It's got to be the parents, because they just said this episode that they're getting remarried.
That, or it's going to be Allie and Mr. Rollins.
It could.
That one I'll accept.
Who would the special officiant be?
I have no clue. I got no leads on that one. You're lucky I came up with Allie and Mr. Rollins as possible.
Right. Well, if it's them, who would they use?
I don't know.
Tippy the parrot?
Maybe.
If it's Arya's parents, it could either be Arya or Mike.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it could be any one of the girls if it's Allie.
Yeah.
Maybe Emily. Emily's closest.
Probably Emily, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Or maybe Jason.
Maybe.
Probably not. He said peace.
Maybe the special officiant will be creepy masked man.
Who?
The guy with the rubber mask.
Gotcha. I was like, wait,
if it's Arya's parents, What if it's him?
Yeah, I mean, it could be, but I'd hope not.
It would still be really super creepy.
It would.
I'd like to see that, actually. So.
Well, I think you're one of the very few that are hoping for that.
I think it would just be a really cool, like, oh my god, what is he doing? Kind of. It'd be great. So. You have anything else for the episode?
No, not really.
No. So I think that about does it. April, the people can find you absolutely nowhere on social media because you are a phantom. You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM. You can also find us all on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter. Excuse me. Really bad cough. Just won't go away. And right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Till next week, pack your suitcase. Because we all got baggage.
Baggage, yep.
Such a terrible pun.
I mean, it worked.